So what's up, y'all? It's me, your girl, aka Kenora, and I'm back with another video. So happy New Year's to everybody out there who are watching my videos. I pray that you get all that your heart desires this year. I hope that you had an amazing holiday with your friends and with your family. Okay, let me calm down. Alright, y'all. So I'm back, and I'm back with another video. You feel me? About narcissists. You feel me? Because honestly, I can't put up with a narcissist. I don't know about y'all, but I cannot put up with a narcissist. So today I am going to be telling you guys about my experience with growing up with a narcissist mother. And if you haven't watched that video, then go watch that video. But growing up with a narcissistic mother and my siblings. Okay? And my siblings. I feel like that my phone light is dark. I don't know. Maybe it's just my eyes. Or maybe it's just my phone. I have no idea why. But we're going to work with it. We're going to work with it. Because it's not how you look is the message that I want to give out to you guys today. So yeah, I'm going to be talking about my life with... I'm going to be talking about growing up with a narcissistic mother and my siblings. So, number one, I didn't realize the dynamic of my family at first. At first, I knew something was off, but I really just thought that my mother didn't like me. That's all I really thought. So I didn't know at first until now, basically. Until now. So since day one, I've been rejected, abandoned, abused, misused by my mother. Okay, so with her, it's kind of like, okay, I'm a child. I don't have anywhere else to go. I have to be here. So I kind of knew what to expect from her. And I kind of knew what to expect from my siblings as well. But I didn't realize what I was doing or how it would look if people knew the truth until like now. And I don't mean right now. I mean like 2009 now. Hold up, y'all. It's my baby. He just slid this under the door. I love it, Booker. I love it. It's amazing. I love it. Y'all, look what his little drawing is. Look at that down there. I ain't gonna tell y'all what that look like, but I love it. It's nice. Okay, so go back. I don't know what you want to do. You want to draw some more, or you want to color? I mean, not color, but well, you can color too, or you can read a book because you can't watch TV because
I want to get another one. I want to draw another one of the snake.
Okay, you can go and draw whatever you want to draw, but let me tell you something. Don't come back in here. When I'm done, I will come and see you.
Okay.
All right, go. Close the door.
Bye-bye.
Bye. He slid it under the door. Let me tell y'all, that snake looked like a weed plant at the bottom. But, what was I saying? But I knew the relationship between me and my mother. I knew that, and I kind of knew what my siblings expected of me as well. And I kind of did it unbeknownst to what I was doing. And this is why growing up in a narcissistic with a narcissistic mother and siblings is so tricky. It's very tricky. I know people may ask, why did you do this? Why didn't you do this? But you have to understand that even with just a narcissist that you are as a husband, it is not full on what you would expect abuse to be. It's coercing, it's manipulation, it's love bombing. Like, I used to be love bombed by my mother. And I'm not going to go too far because I have it written down. Y'all already know I have it written down how I want to present it to you guys. But it's a very tricky dynamic. It's not for the world to see. It's not sometimes for your siblings to see, but one of the siblings might see it and know. And it's very tricky because everybody knows in that family dynamic. Everybody knows because it's this image that the narcissistic mother has in her head that she want to portray to the world. Okay, and I'm gonna stop right there because I'm giving away my information too fast. So yeah, growing up with a narcissistic mother and siblings is very tricky, y'all. My bra is annoying the hell out of me. I put it on wrong, and I got dressed and put deodorant on, let my hair down, baby. And I was like, listen, I am not finna get undressed to fix this bra. So I gotta deal with this bra because I was being too lazy. But I think I got it. But yeah, so it's very tricky, and another thing, growing up with a narcissistic family, there are roles that you play. In a healthy family, you are loved for your talents. You are loved for just being you, for just waking up in the morning. You are loved for those things. You are known for just being you, just being Nikki. You are known for your talents. Nikki can sing. Your family encourage you, they support you, and you are known for your strength. Well, Nikki is good at this, but she needs a little work at that. And in a narcissistic family, you are not known for those things. You are known for what you can give the narcissist or make the narcissistic parent feel about themselves, because you have to understand a narcissist is weak. They have no moral compass. They have no inner self-worth. They have any of these things. So the narcissistic mother, she relies on her children, even if she got to pit her children against each other to get what she need narcissistically from her children. So there are roles. And speaking from my point of view, because y'all know that my mother died when I was 12 years old, but I went and lived with Etna, my biological mom, when I turned 10. So everybody knew their roles. Everybody had their roles except me. I did not know what would be expected of me. Now, let me give y'all a backdrop on my mother. My mother, Katie, she was a strict mother, but all I had to do, all any of us had to do, me, Londa, or Charles, all any of us had to do is be ourselves. Clean up. Just basic shit. Clean up, wash dishes, brush your teeth, do your homework. That's what I get on my son about right now. Other than that, he can walk around this bitch scratching his ass. I will never make my son feel, incompetent because he's being himself. You know what I'm saying? But in a narcissistic household, you don't have that same healthy relationship. And let me tell y'all, Katie, she will cuss our ass out. Sit your motherfucking ass down in here. But at the same time, I felt love from my mother at all times. Even when she punished me, I still felt love because she didn't take away from me. I didn't have to do anything for her love. I'm going to put it like that. All I had to do was exist. Be me. That's all I had to do. But with a narcissistic mother, no. You being you is a violation. It's a flag on the play. No. So we all have roles. And speaking from my point of view, I didn't know my role. So I used to look at my other siblings and be like, how can he have the support of my siblings and have the support of my narcissistic mother? Why don't I have that support? And I'm gonna tell y'all why. I'm not gonna go too far. But I used to sit and think, like I told y'all in my other video, well, my growing up with a narcissistic mother video, how I used to sit and think of ways that I could make my mother happy. I was trying to find my role. I was fighting to find my role. I did not know my role. Okay? So that's one thing that growing up with a narcissistic mother and siblings is you have roles. In a narcissistic family, period. This narcissistic parent can be a narcissistic father, narcissistic grandmother, narcissistic sister. Your mother died and now your sister is raising you. You don't know. I didn't know my role. So I used to sit and think about what the fuck I did wrong. Like, honestly, like, what did I do? Like, because I can fix it. Well, I can apologize at least. I can say I'm sorry if I did something. But you have to understand, it's not about you. You didn't do anything. You're not even a person to these people. You're just a pawn in their chess game. And they're moving you wherever they want to move you. So if you're not playing that role, then I'll let y'all know what happened when you don't play that role. So, okay, so there are roles that we play. And like I said, I remember fighting to find my role. Like, sitting down thinking, like, what did I do for number one? I used to be so fucking confused as a child. Because I never knew what I did wrong, okay? And whatever I try to write her letters. If you know, she probably burned them up now that I'm telling this, but I wrote her plenty of letters, dog. Like, I would write her letters on apologizing to her because I felt like that was the only way I can get through to her, because if I try to sit and talk, then she won't listen. So just like my son just slid that paper under the door, I would write a letter and slide it under the door. Like, real shit. Like, I'll never forget that. I had one, like, I had a headscarf of my mother when she died. I had my mother's obituary when she died. I had a picture of my mother when she died. Y'all, I don't have any of those things. All of those things were stolen from me out of my fucking house. No lie. And it makes me so emotional because those are the things that I needed. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mother just died and I have to deal with this, and my mother just died, and all I want you to do is hug me and tell me it's going to be okay. You don't even have to say you love me. By the way, I've never heard my mother say I love you. That hurt me so much because I don't have any of those pictures of my mother. And it has been times where I try hard to fight myself just to remember how my mother looked, because I don't have pictures. And mind you, back in 2015, I asked around the whole family of my family for a picture of my mother. Nobody got a picture. But my brother Charles got a picture of my mother and him. But knowing that I just asked for a picture, 2 weeks later he get a picture. Because he's playing that role. Okay? I'm not going to go too far. I just want to give y'all a little backdrop on what it is that I went through. So we all have roles. So at that time when I was trying to find my role, like, I'm sorry y'all, I'm ovulating and my nipples are itching. I'm so sorry. Maybe I shouldn't even said that, but anyways, too late. But But yeah, so at this time while I'm trying to find my roles, me and my siblings were cool. Like, I remember my sister used to come in the room and we would watch our favorite TV shows together. And then my brother, my oldest brother, you know, even though he was molesting me, raping me. So if y'all haven't seen my big brother raping me video, go back and watch that video, because even though all of this was happening around the time all of this was happening, so even though he was raping me, I remember him taking me to the studio one time. And y'all know I love music. If you haven't watched any of my music videos, go back and watch my music videos. Like, I really love music. Like, I feel like I have a beautiful voice. So he took me to the studio with him. And this is what a love bombing, I see now that it was just love bombing and manipulation. Even with my sister coming in the room, watching our favorite TV shows together. And then my youngest brother, we went to school together. And so everything was cool because I felt like I was closer to my siblings than I were with my mother, not knowing what the fuck was going on. You hear me? So, okay, my role, so knowing that you have roles in a narcissistic family, my role in my family was to get a job. I was to work. Okay? None of my other siblings had a job at 16. None of my other siblings went to school. I remember my brother could be laying in the bed and it's 6:45 and the bus is about to be here at 7 o'clock. And if that was me, I would get the worst of the worst. You understand? And I was told to go to school. I was made to go to college. I was made to do all of these things because this was my role in the family. So my role was to go to college and be someone successful so that I can help my family. That was my role. So looking back on all that, now I see why Etna used to drive me places and out into the country. Just me, her, and her boyfriend. We would go out into the country and we would just look at all the houses and stuff like that. And it was really beautiful to me because she know who I was. I've always been artistic. Did I say that right? Did I say autistic? I'm not autistic. Let me tell y'all something. I have always been artistic and creative and I've always had my own way of thinking. So just her taking me out into the country, that was me. That was my thing. I felt like she was really trying to get to know me. But it was something in me, and I think it was my relationship with Katie that made me not fall for the bullshit. You understand? Because I knew with Katie, all I had to do was be Nikki. I didn't have to have a lot of money. I didn't have to go to college. If I did not make it to college, guess what? My mother was going to love me anyways. But with this narcissistic mother, it was a different dynamic. So I knew it was something behind her taking me out to the country. But she would take me on long drives out to the country, buy me whatever I wanted out the store. She would take me to the mall. She would take me to get my nails done. She would buy me Dooney and Burke. Like I told y'all, I was the only child wearing baby fat. Like I would wear baby fat. My hair would stay done. I was the first one of my friends to get a cell phone. Like but she did all of this. Like I was finna say I was lit. I was lit. Like she had me lit. But hold up. She would buy me purses, but I was being groomed for my role. I was being manipulated just to do my role because I can't go too far. But I was being groomed for my role. Okay? And she did all this to make sure that I fulfill my role. Just like with a narcissist, whatever they do for you is not out of the kindness of their heart. It's because you owe them something. And she did all of that because I owed her. And I'm not talking about a friend. I'm not talking about a sister. I'm not talking about a boyfriend. I'm talking about my biological mother. Okay? So, I was being brainwashed, okay? I was being brainwashed. And now that I look back at it, I was being brainwashed by everyone in my family. When my sister would come and watch movies with me, she wasn't watching movies with me just to say she watching movies with me just because she enjoyed me. No, she did that because she wanted me to do something. When my oldest brother AJ took me to the studio, he didn't just take me to the studio just to say, okay, my baby sister have talent and I want to make sure that she follow her dreams, because everybody in my family know I love music. Like, I loved music to the death of me. Like, and he didn't do that because he saw my potential and he wanted to support me. He did that because he wanted something from me, okay? So, Yeah, I was being brainwashed by everybody in my family. So growing up with a narcissistic mother and siblings, um, is very tricky for number one, and we have roles, and this is for me is when the betrayal comes in, because like I said, my sister, she wasn't coming to because she loved me because I'm just Nikki. She didn't watch our favorite TV shows for me. She did it for herself. My sister, she even went as far as naming my niece Zaria. And that was one of our favorite shows, The Parenthood. And Zaria is in there. She even went as far as naming her son, my nephew, Taj. And that was one of our favorite shows, The Smart Guy. No lie. But she didn't do all of those things because she was giving dedication to me. She did all those things out of manipulation on what she can get. I see through the bullshit. You're not fooling me. You're not pulling the wool over my eyes. So you have to understand that in a narcissistic, growing up with a narcissistic mother or just being in a narcissistic family, you're not seen as people. You're not loved for you just being you. You're not loved for, just your talents. You're not loved for your weaknesses, because my family will highlight my weaknesses and downplay my strengths. Oh, Nikki do this, Nikki do that, Nikki do that. My family does that. Like, everybody in my family does that. Not just my mother. Like, everybody in my family, like, and even the people in my neighbors, everybody. It's like everywhere I turn, motherfuckers are putting a microscope, putting my negatives. But I'm a person. I have positives. I have negatives. The fuck? So, but they put my weaknesses under a microscope. And this is what you deal with when dealing with narcissistic people. Whether they're your husband, they always put your I feel like some crawl on me. Hold on. They always put your weaknesses under a microscope and downplay your strengths. So you're not seen as people. You're seen as pawns or pieces in a game, in their chess game. Like, that's all we are to my mother, my narcissistic mother. It's sad to say, but that's all my siblings and I are to my narcissistic mother. Like, no lie. We're just pawns in her game of what life looks supposed to look like to her. But it's not life. That's not life. Like, life is good and life is bad as shit. Let me tell y'all how my son just walked in this room. He's so sweet. He's just a little kid. That's what I had to fight so hard for in the last couple of weeks, for him to be that little kid. When I tell you we was fighting up in this motherfucking house, like, every day he was in trouble. Every day he had to be in his room. It got so bad, I took the bed out of his room. That's how bad it got. But at the end of the day, that's my son. You understand? My son is beautiful. He has a name. His name is Noah. Okay? Noah Kingston Lee Haynes, baby. None more, none less. And my son, he may have his negatives, just like his mama. I have my negatives. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to love him. I'm still going to love his positives. And I'm going to go to my son and talk to my son like, look, the way you suck your teeth at me and roll your eyes at me, that's a negative, and we're not going to allow that. This is how I talk to my baby, because that's my baby. Like, I don't give a fuck about what y'all see. Listen, hear me when I say this. I do not give a fuck about what the world thinks of me, okay? Because at the end of the day, the reason why I don't give a fuck, because I don't have anything to prove to you motherfuckers at all, okay? I'm me. And if you can't accept me for me, baby, even on my worst day, I am the shit, okay? And if you don't see that, I can't make you see that at all. I know that I'm not going to be liked by everybody. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, okay? So he may think I'm fine, but he may think I'm not. She may think I'm cool, but she may think I'm not. And that's fine with me, baby, because as long as I think or I know who I am, I'm cool. And that's the same way with my baby boy. But in a narcissistic family, it looks so perfect. No, my shit is out in the streets. Like, whatever my son act up at, that's what the fuck he gonna get it at. Like, literally, I have to say, stop. like in the middle of Publix. When I tell you, I say stop so loud, everybody in the store stops. But that's just the way it is, baby. This is real life. Like, y'all just don't see the backdrop of when he get on my nerves 24/7, and I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that, and I'm a single mother, and I'm trying to do everything. So when you hear that stop, this is what it is. The shit done got real. You feel me? So just play like you ain't hear that, and just move the fuck on and mind your business, because this is real. But anyways, yeah, that was my role in my family. I was to go to college and, you know, be successful for my parents, and I didn't know that I was being brainwashed by my whole family. I thought it was just my mother, but it was my sisters and brothers as well. So, yeah, growing up with a narcissistic mother and siblings, we all had our roles, okay? And this is where I feel like the betrayal came in. And we are not seen as individual people who are allowed to make mistakes, who are allowed to find our own path. No, we have to do what the fuck she want us to do, like, period. So when you grow up in this different kind of dynamics, it develops different kind of patterns to survive. And at one time, I did not blame one of my siblings, because I saw the dynamic as well as he saw the dynamic, or the patterns. It's the same thing, or the roles. We both seen the roles. We both seen the patterns. So I never could blame my brother for the betrayal. Not my oldest brother, my youngest brother, because my oldest brother is the oldest. But so he's been around my mother longest we have. So he knows more than we do. He's seen more than we have. So my youngest brother, I never could blame him because for the backstabbing, because we were all just trying to survive. So that's what you do when you're in a narcissistic family. You just try to survive. You do whatever that you can do to survive. So when you are in this type of dynamic, it gives you an identity. It gives you a personality. You create these mechanisms to help you get from point A and point B. And I'm finna break it down. I'm finna break down these roles or patterns that the siblings play in a narcissistic environment, growing up with a narcissistic pattern. So the first role that, and mind y'all, it's 5 of us, and all of us had these roles. Like when I read this article, by the way, I googled this and got this off of Google. I'm just inserting myself all up in these people business. But anyways, let's get back to the video. So I saw all 5 of us in these roles, okay? I see myself. I know who I am, okay? But yeah, you develop these different roles and patterns and mechanisms to survive. You just really want to survive. And we were all just Etna's kids, and when you're a kid, you love your mother even if she set you on fire. Like, even if she beat you in the head. And mind you, I've met someone who has gotten beaten in the head by his mother, and he still loved his mother. It's terrible how a parent can do so much to a child, all because they know that the child will love them even at the end of the day. Like, that's horrible to me. Like, it's not right for a child to have to go through that. But we go through that, and for us to survive, we do what the parent wants us to do. So one of the roles that you see in the narcissistic, growing up with a narcissistic parent, is you have that neutral sibling. And that neutral sibling, he's the one who put on the facade or keep the facade that the family is healthy. He is the one who is neutral. You understand? He try to be the peacemaker. He act as if what is happening is not happening. That is the neutral sibling. And my youngest brother is that neutral matter of fact, my youngest two brothers is that neutral sibling. And I'm gonna tell y'all how he is that neutral sibling. Because me and my youngest brother, he's only a year older than me. So we went to school together, like we would play together, like we would do everything together because we're right behind each other. And so that I believe that's why I was a tomboy, because I used to want to do everything my brothers was doing. Even when I lived with Katie, even when I was with my mother, Charles, my brother Charles was my nigga. Like anything Charles did, I did. If he shot marbles, I shot marbles. Whatever Charles did, if he flipped off of mattresses, I was right there to flip off the mattresses. Like he was my role model. Like my brothers, I love my brothers. Like I just love it. I don't know why, but he was my brother. Once I left Katie and went with Edna, my youngest brother was my brother. Heavy D. He was my brother. And you probably heard me mention him in that video when my oldest brother molested me. Raped me. You heard me mention him in that. So if you haven't watched that video, go back and watch that video, because that's some real nigga shit right there. But anyways, me and him, we were close. And like coming home from school, like we would have our days where we just sat and talked about the bullshit that Etna would do. Like, because she used to be on some bullshit, yo, like all the fucking time. Like if it wasn't one thing, it's another fucking thing. And he would say all the shit. Like, I honestly knew how my brother felt. I felt like I knew how my brother felt. I don't know now. I'm not even going to say that I do, because I don't want none of them reaching out to me. And I don't want to get vulnerable of letting them people back in my life, because it's over for that. I felt like I knew how he really felt on the inside. I felt like he felt like me. You know, like your family just don't care, don't understand. And that's how I felt. But this is how I know he is the neutral one. Him and my other brother, both of them. And how I know he is the neutral one is because after we'll have this conversation about the bullshit, Edna would come when we'll get back home from school in the house. Edna would come with the bullshit and back him up into the corner to blame me. I don't know. She just was on me that day to just, like, she just wanted to get me that day. And Heavy was just blame me with her. And I understood that he was only trying to survive too. But I didn't know until now, because I was like, why the fuck he didn't take up for me? He know that Edna loved him more than she loved me. That's how I'm looking at it, because that's how it was. Like, Edna loved everybody else more than she loved me. So I'm like, we just had this long ass conversation about this bullshit, and he didn't stand up for me. He just blamed me with her. So now everybody is on my case. Drika's on my case. AJ's on my case. Every motherfucking body's on my case. And I'm like, fuck. You know what? Suck my dick. Like, this is what I'm saying in my head. I'm not saying it out loud. You know, I ain't stupid. Like, I probably would have been dead, chopped up somewhere. They probably been like, put out a missing report talking about, oh, she done ran away. She thinks she grown. So I shot the fuck up. And so, in my head, I'm like, man, that just gave me more conviction, though. And I'm like, that's fucked up. Like, now you definitely not going to get what you want, because you want me to play this role, but you're going to treat me like this. And that's why I never could play my role good, because I felt like she took me to my job interview, made sure my hair was done for my job interview, made sure, that I went to school, woke up every day, and all of this shit. But she never made sure that I had that damn physical when I wanted to be a cheerleader. She never made sure the things that I wanted to do was important. She just made sure that what she wanted to do was important. So I was like, man, I wanted all of those things for myself. Trust me, y'all. if I can turn back, I probably still wouldn't do it, because hey, it's wrong. But I wouldn't order those things for myself. Like, I'm not stupid. Nobody wakes up and say, I'm going to be a drug dealer today. I'm going to smoke weed today. I'm going to go kill somebody today. Only a crazy motherfucker wake up and say some shit like that. No, I'm going to go to fucking school because I want to go to fucking college. I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to be a fucking hotel management, be in hotel management. I wanted to open up my own business. Like, I wanted to do all of these things. Like, I had these dreams, and my mother never took interest in any of them unless I was playing a role, unless she knew that she can get something out of me. I remember one time, because I'm deaf in this ear, she never paid no attention to me. But when she thought I was getting money for getting a check for being deaf in this ear, oh, I'm Nikki now, motherfucker. I got a name now. I got a name today. Normally I just get bitch, hoe. I'm Nikki today. I'm getting whatever I want from the store today. She's speaking good about me to my uncles today. Leave her alone. She's sick today. But any other time when I had the motherfucking earaches, she wasn't saying, oh, leave her alone. The bitch sent me back in the motherfucking room. I'll never forget that shit a day in my fucking life, dog. I probably was like 11. My mother, Katie, haven't even died yet. I would get these real bad fucking earaches. When I tell y'all, if you ever had a fucking earache, you already know that it's like you hear the heartbeat from your rooter to your tutor, from my head to my feet. I felt that shit. She would send me back in the motherfucking room. Wouldn't give me no medicine. Wouldn't take me to the doctor. Wouldn't hug me and say it was going to be okay. Never. None of that. But now when she feel like I'm finna get a check for being deaf, now, oh, I'm Nikki today. Oh, leave Nikki alone. She's sick today. Man, fuck you. Real shit. Fuck you. But, yeah, so, anyways, the neutral sibling, he would just throw me under the bus. So that's the role that the neutral sibling plays. He is the peacemaker. He pretends like he don't see the things that's happening. And what I don't like most about the neutral sibling is because you're giving up your right to use your voice. You being a coward, for number one. And you losing all of your integrity, for number two. Okay? So, that is the role of the neutral sibling. Yeah. And also, this neutral sibling, because remember I told you I have two. So this neutral sibling, I remember when I went to my oldest brother's girlfriend house, and I spent like the weekend over there, and we was just chilling, like smoking weed and just drinking and shit. And I remember the neutral sibling say something of the ordinary, like, oh, we're not the Jacksons, because I guess the Jacksons would do the incest thing. And I'm like, nigga, now you know AJ done raped me, and you talking about we're not the Jacksons. But see, that was all planned, and I was blind to it. I did not know what the fuck was going on at that time. But he planted that seed in my head to keep me quiet about the things that he was doing to me. At the same time, breaking me, because he knew that that was a vulnerable moment for me. Why would you even say some shit like that? And you know, in my video, when my brother raped me, it was in Heavy D room. So nothing in my mind, after he said that shit, nothing in my mind told me that he didn't know what AJ had done to me. So he is the neutral sibling. He pretend like he don't know what's going on when he do know what's going on. And that was the first time I felt betrayal from my brother. Alright. So the next role in, let me make sure. Okay. So now the next pattern or role you may notice in a narcissist, growing up with a narcissistic mother in the siblings, my back hurt, y'all, in the siblings, is the needy sibling. Now, the needy sibling is a really tricky sibling, and I feel like, first of all, I feel like that when it comes down to these roles and patterns, they can be switched. one person don't have one set role, okay? My brother maybe can be the needy sibling. My sister may can be the neutral sibling. It don't have one set. It's not set to just one person. With these roles, as long as you pleasing the narcissistic parent or making everything seem normal, how the narcissistic parent wants you to be, she don't give a damn what role you play, as long as you doing what she wants you to do. But I just had to say that before I say this. And I feel like that my sister was the needy sibling. Because my sister was always the one where my mother, she brought prom dresses for. She would buy school supplies or whatever she needed for. She would buy feminine products for. And mind you, I'm seeing all these things because these are all things that she didn't say to me. Now, she didn't do to me. Now, a prom dress, it's really not essential. But my mother would deprive me of pads. She would deprive me of pads. She would deprive me of underwear. She would deprive me of school supplies. She would deprive me of things that I needed. I'll give y'all an example. It's not a disgusting story because I've always been able to, and I think that's what made me who I am, because it made me use my ingenuity. If I didn't have pads, I will use toilet paper. And if I have to use toilet paper, toilet paper is thin. So I will have to make sure I wash myself up morning and night because it's not a pad. So I think if you want to look at the silver lining in the bullshit, I could say that I'm clean because of it. I could say that. But it has nothing to do with that. But my Uncle Willie funeral, I will never forget this. And you can see this from so many different types of ways of how my mother deprived me of the things that I needed. And she did it because of her own personal shit that she was dealing with. My Uncle Willie, like I told y'all, my Uncle Willie called me Nick Meister. I was his Nick Meister. I don't know why he called me Nick Meister, but I was his Nick Meister up until the day he passed away. So I was really sad when my uncle passed away, as I should. And I remember Drika saying, "You are all of our uncle's favorite." Because I was my Uncle Billy favorite. I'm starting not to see that now. But back then, I was my Uncle Billy favorite. I was my Uncle Willie favorite. And I always felt like that I was my grandmother's favorite. I always felt like that I was their favorite because they saw the bullshit. They saw the bullshit. And when she said that, I was like, yeah, I know. Really no big deal. Whatever, because my mother don't love me. At least our mother loves you. The fuck? Like, nothing can compare to a mother's love. No matter how much love you get, nothing can compare to your mother's love. And I didn't have that. So she was saying I'm everybody's favorite, but I'm like the person favorite who I would like to be. I'm not. So you win. But that's just made me not to be jealous of my sister, because I was fooled for a very long time that my sister loved me. And I'm thankful that I was fooled, because if I would have been jealous of her, then the whole situation probably would have been a whole different thing. I probably wouldn't be here telling my story today. But she didn't buy me a dress. Like, she bought everybody dress. She bought my sister Drika a dress. She bought my cousin Jenny a dress. She got my cousins perms and everything. She did all of this for everybody but me. Like, why should I have to ask you these things? I'm 16 years old. I'm still in high school. Before you got any of them dresses and perms, you should have been looking at Nikki first. The fuck wrong with you? And I didn't ask her for anything because I knew that's what she wanted me to do. See, she know me. She know that I am very headstrong. And I'm not going to run crawling back to nobody. You can kiss my ass. And She made my personality like that. Like, if I felt like somebody was worthy of me to give them an apology, I would sincerely go back and apologize to that person. But you manipulating this whole shit. I'm not finna play on your shit. I'm not